Welcome back to the WCG for this second limited overs international of the 2019 TRANS-TASMAN Backyard Cricket Series between WCG Australia and the New Zealand Blackyards. It's been a brilliant contest so far on day two, with the Kiwis fighting back after yesterday's test match drubbing. After winning the first limited overs international this morning, they have restricted the Aussies to 8 for 137 after their 20 overs in this second limited overs international, and if they can pull off a successful run chase in this one, they will take the lead in the series for the very first time. So it will be Henry Miles who will open the batting once again for the New Zealand Blackyards. Got the Blackyards off to a dream start in that opening limited overs international, and he'll be looking to do the same in this run chase. So 138 is the target to take the lead in the series. It'll be Alex Stepien bowling around the wicket to Henry Miles. In now, and this is a back of a length delivery, and it's a good start from Stepien. And Miles lets it go outside the off stump. Good positive start here from both sides. Stepien to continue to Miles in the opening over. As he's in now, and this one's another back of a length delivery. It's a bit wider this time, and Miles lets it go once again. That might have been getting into wide territory. The umpires let it go. Miles was the star of the show with the bat in that opening limited overs international for the Kiwis, making a swashbuckling 58 or 47 rocks to get the Kiwis off to the ideal start. His nation will be hoping he can repeat the dose. The step-in will continue to him now around the wicket. And this one's a fuller delivery and it hits him on the leg. And there's half an appeal here from several of the Aussie fieldsmen. They thought that this might have caught the edge. No, it's straight off the hip. It'll be Matt White to bowl the second over of this run chase. As he's in now to Miles and he strikes him on the body with a typically quick shorter delivery. As Miles tries to show no pain. Miles didn't have to deal with White in that opening limited overs international. He certainly has to now, as White is in once again to Miles, and this one's a shorter delivery, and he hits his through mid-wicket for a boundary. So he's off the mark, Miles, in aggressive fashion as he takes the fight to White. White to continue to Miles in the second over. As he's in now, and this one's a full delivery, and Miles drives this back and it's fielded by White. And I think that might have hit Miles on the inside of the foot as he jams it into his ankle. But once again, he refuses to show pain. Here's he'll face White once again. In there, and that's a slower delivery there from White. And it's well watched there from Miles, who lets her go outside the off stump. You just notice that Miles is advancing at the bowler once again, as he did in the opening limited overs international. The brave move to White, as White will bowl once again to him now, and it's a shorter delivery. And he defends that on the offside to end the over. No wicket for 5. It'll be Ryan Shaffer to bowl the third over of the innings. He's in now 2 miles around the wicket. It's a full delivery. He's driven it back down the ground, and it beats Shaffer for another boundary. Miles has moved along to 8. The Kiwis no wicket for 11. Shaffer to continue 2 miles in the third over. As he's in now, and it's a good length delivery, and this one goes straight through Miles. There's a massive appeal here from the Aussies, and it's been given not out. Oh, this will be interesting to see on the replay. Miles has advanced. Oh, he might have flicked his knee. Good decision. Shaffer to continue 2 miles around the wicket. As in now, it's another good length delivery, and it's another ball that cuts Miles in half. Well, this is brilliant bowling from Shaffer, and it's just too good for the Kiwi. This is a brilliant contest in this second limited overs international. As Shaffer will bowl again around the wicket 2 miles, and this time Miles is forward and defends on the offside. Shaffer is a massive inclusion for the Aussies in this second limited overs international. He's already played his part with the bat in this match. As he's in once again 2 miles, and this one's played on the offside, but it's been brilliantly fielded there at mid-off from Justin Brooke, who has saved a certain boundary. Well, the Aussies are up and are on song in the field. Shaffer in for the final ball of the third over. As in now, this one's a full wide delivery, and there's nothing Brooke can do about this one, as Miles hammers this through the gap for his third boundary. He moves along to 12. Kiwis no wicket for 15. It'll be the skipper to bowl the fourth over of the innings, as he's in now 2 miles, and he starts with a typically good length delivery, and Miles is forward and defends on the offside for no run. So the Aussies have decided to use all their big guns up front, with Miles just looking to see them out by the looks of it. And Scott will continue 2 miles again, and it's another good length delivery, and this time Miles lets it go outside the off stump. So the Kiwis will know that White, Shaffer and Scott have bowled in this opening 5 over period. So they might want to take this power play later on in the cycle. And Scott bowls again to Miles, and this one's outside the off stump. and Miles lets it go again. So this does look like a clear plan for Miles just to see out the top Aussie bowlers. The Kiwis know they can potentially catch up later in the cycle. Here is Scott will bowl again to Miles, and this one's another good length delivery outside the off stump which rises, and Miles lets it go. So 3 priceless dots to begin the over here for the Aussies. 123 required of 99 for the Kiwis. And Scott will come in once again, and this one's a shorter delivery on, and just evades Matt White and Scott on his follow through to go to the boundary. Miles moves to 16. The Kiwis no wicket for 19. It'll be Justin Brooke to bowl the 5th over of the innings. As he's in now 2 miles around the wicket, and this one's a full toss, and there's a bit of an appeal here from several of the Australian fieldsmen, Alex Stepien in particular. Now there was a noise. Now the question is, has it carried? No, it bounces just short of the auto wiki. Bit of a nervous moment there for Miles, as Brooke will continue to him now around the wicket. Oh, but this one's out. There's no question about this. It's a beautiful delivery which goes across Miles, and that's the first wicket down for the Kiwis as he nicks off for 16. Took a brilliant delivery from Brooke to pick up the big wicket of Miles. And that brings Sam Fastier to the crease for the Kiwis at number 2. He's also amongst the runs in that first limited overs international. So the Aussies beware. So it'll be Justin Brooke to bowl around the wicket to Fastier for his first delivery. In there, and this one's a good length delivery. And it catches Fastier on the fly for no run. So the Aussies have their tail up here. They know full well that they're likely going to have to bowl the Kiwis out if they're going to defend this total. Here is Brooke will continue to Fastier. This one's a shorter delivery. It's played towards Shaffer there on the offside, who fields brilliantly there at point. Here, this one looks to come off the fence, and that's a brilliant bit of fielding there from Shaffer. 1 for 19 as Daniel Hancock will bowl the 6th over of the innings, as he's in now to Fastier, and it's a full delivery, and he hits it to Scott on the offside for no run. This is a massive period of the match. The Aussies would love to see the back of Fastier. Hancock is in again to him now, and it's a full toss, and it's been hammered down the ground for a boundary for Fastier. So he is off the mark in style as it just evades White there at mid-on. Hancock to continue to Fastier over the wicket. As he's in now, and this one's a good length delivery, and it beats Fastier outside the off stump. Well, that's a beauty there from the youngster. If he can bottle that one, he'll be in business. Hancock in for the final ball of the over. As he's in now, this one's a full delivery, and Fastier hammers this down the ground for the second boundary of the over. Hancock over pitches and is punished. The Kiwis 1 for 28. So the Kiwis have taken their batting power play. As it'll be Hamid al-Bashir bowl the 7th over of the innings, and he begins with a short one, and it gets through the mid-wicket to begin the power play with a boundary. Too short to begin with for al-Bashir as Fastier guides it into the gap. Al-Bashir to continue to Fastier in the 7th over. As in now, it's another short one, and Fastier helps himself to another boundary through mid-wicket. It's easy pickings here for Fastier, who races along to 16. Kiwis 1 for 36, as al-Bashir will continue to Fastier, and this one's a good delivery, a good full delivery, which yorks Fastier outside the off stump. So a priceless dot for the Aussies, and a good reply from al-Bashir, who will continue to Fastier. This one's another full delivery, but this one's a full toss on his legs, and he clips this away through square leg for another boundary. al-Bashir under pressure once again. Bashir to continue to Fastier in the power play. As he's in now, and this one's a full delivery on Fastier's pads once again, but this time can only defend on the leg side for no run. The final ball of the first power play over. al-Bashir will continue to Fastier, and it's a good delivery to finish with for al-Bashir as he yorks the Kiwi for a priceless dot. With the big fella Daniel Arnold to bowl the 8th over of the innings. As he's in now to Fastier, and it begins with a full toss, and it's easy pickings for Fastier, who hits his 6th boundary of the innings. He has raced to 24. Kiwis 1 for 44. Arnold to continue to Fastier in the 2nd over of the power play. As he's in now, this one's a shorter delivery, and it's a short arm jab here from Fastier, and this one has gone for 6. So the 50 up for the Kiwis in the 8th over, and the Kiwis are well on track. Arnold under serious pressure in this 8th over, as he'll continue to Fastier, and this one's a shorter delivery. Oh, but he's got a top edge, Fastier, and that's a massive wicket for the Aussies. Fastier's hit this one over the fence with what looked like a pretty lazy stroke, and he has to go for 30. The Kiwis 2 for 50 in the 8th over, as the Rattler makes his way to the crease for the Kiwis at number 3. Played a golden duck in the opening limited overs international. Can he get amongst the runs here? So it'll be Daniel Arnold into Calder for his first delivery. As he's in now, and it's a good length delivery from Arnold, and Calder is forward and defends. So the massive wicket of Fastier has just eased the pressure somewhat on the Aussies, but the Kiwis are still in a pretty handy position. As Arnold will continue once again to Calder. Oh, and this one goes straight through him, and that must have narrowly missed the stumps. It's been a brilliant finish to the over from Arnold. Oh, and he's unlucky. It'll be Rabi Bashir to bowl the final over of the power play. As he's in now to Calder, it's a full delivery and he drives, but he can't beat Arnold there at mid-off. The Kiwis 2 for 53 in the 9th over. They've scored 25 runs for the loss of 1 wicket so far in this power play, and they'll be looking to finish this one off well. As Bashir will continue to Calder, and this one's an edge that goes onto the fence. Oh, but it looks like it's going to run away to the boundary. Well, that's unlucky there for Bashir. The Kiwis and Calder won't care one bit. 4 more to the score. Bashir to continue to Calder in the 9th over. As in now, it's a full delivery, and Calder clips this off his toes onto the fence and will move through for a single. Calder moves along to 6 and is just looking to stabilise the ship ahead of this drinks break, which is coming up in the next over. If they can go into the break just 2 wickets down, they will be well positioned to lift the run rate in the final session. A massive 4 points up for grabs in this one. A win for the Aussies will see them just 1 win away from a series victory. A win for the Kiwis will see them hit the front ahead of their preferred format. As Bashir will continue here to Calder, who gets an edge, and he pushes it onto the fence and ends the power play with a single. It'll be George Paneris by the final over before the drinks break. As in now to Calder, it's a full half volley on off stump, and it's driven beautifully down the ground for another boundary. Calder moves on to 11. The Kiwis 2 for 69. Paneris to continue to Calder in the 10th over. As in now, and this one's a good length delivery, and he defends that on the offside to Shaffer for a priceless dot. 69 required of 62 deliveries with 8 wickets in hand for the Kiwis, so they are well on track to take the lead in the series. As Paneris will continue to Calder, who has a wild swing outside the off stump and doesn't make contact. A needless stroke from the Rattler with the drinks break approaching. So the final ball of the session. Paneris into Calder over the wicket. Oh, and he beats him outside the off stump with an absolute beauty to finish. Here the Rattler survives just, and the Kiwis looking good. So despite the big wickets of Fastier and Miles back in the sheds, the Kiwis are well on track to take a series lead as they enter the final drinks break of the match, 2 for 69 after 10 overs, requiring the same amount of runs off the same amount of deliveries with 8 wickets in hand to take the lead in the series. It's going to take something pretty special from the Aussies to halt the Kiwi charge.